Which one of these teams has what it takes to win Telecare's Catholic game show, Divine Intervention? Let's find out right now with our host, Monsignor Joe DeGracco.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Divine Intervention, the show that involves a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, a little bit of knowledge, and a whole lot of fun. It is wonderful to have you with us today on America's Catholic Game Show. You know, my friends, you think about all the important events that we go to when we go to a wedding, when we go to an important business meeting or some formal affair. We always dress up, don't we? Because we want to look our best. It's a sign of respect for ourselves, and it's a sign of respect for the occasion and the people that we're with. Well, I'd like you to think about going to Mass on Sunday. How well do we dress up for going to Mass? You know, going to Mass is not just something else that we do. It's the center of our life, the center of our faith as Catholics. And out of respect for what we're doing there as we worship God, out of respect for our brothers and sisters who are there, out of respect for the presence of the Lord, we should really be dressed as nicely as we can be. It can be part of our spiritual preparation for going to Mass by dressing up in our Sunday best. Won't you think about it? I think you'll find that it really adds to your spiritual preparation, and it will enrich your participation in the Mass. All right, everyone, we have 4 contestants who are eager to get started playing our game. Let's not hold them off any longer. Let's meet them right now. Playing for the green team today, Carolyn and Santo. Hello, Carolyn.
Hi.
It is wonderful to meet you. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm married. I have 3 great kids, and I also work as an academic counselor in Nassau and Suffolk County, and I sing.
Excellent. Good. Now, academic counselor, meaning, exactly what does that entail?
Actually, I help students from grades K through 12 who are unable to go into a regular classroom. I help find teachers and appropriate settings for them.
So you're really, as much as you can, setting them up for success and
Yes.
setting them up to do well. That is so important. Thank you for that great contribution. And you said you're married. Married to anybody in particular?
Actually, to Santo.
How did I know that? Santo, great to meet you.
Hi, Father.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a retired police officer. I do some volunteer work at St. Charles Hospital, and I help Carolyn raise our 3 children, Sean, Melissa, and Kelly.
Great. Retired police officer, thank you for all your service, putting your life on the line
Thank
really
you,
every
Father.
day and serving the public in that way. You know, many times I really thought there are a lot of parallels in terms of service and so on between, you know, vocation, police, anything where we serve others in that way. That's a great thing. Good luck to you today, green team. We're going to meet your opponents right now, the red team, Richard and Jim. Hello, Richard.
Hi.
Great to meet you. And tell us the Richard story.
I'm from Syosset. I go to St. Edward, the Confessor Parish. And this fall I'll be going to St. John's University and studying accounting.
Excellent. Good. So you're going to be working with numbers and
Yeah.
all that sort of thing and everything? Good.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Maybe getting familiar with taxes? And
Exactly.
okay,
That's
good.
why.
So in the future, if I need a tax person to
I'll be there to help.
get me out of jail? No. Okay. Very good. Good. Okay. Do you happen to know the person standing next to you?
Yes, this is my brother Jim.
Excellent. Jim, good to see you.
Good to see you, as
Tell us
always.
about yourself, Jim.
Well, my name is Jim. I'm a seminarian studying for the priesthood of Jesus Christ for the Diocese of Rockville Center. And I'm currently in my pastoral year at St. Barnabas the Apostle in Belmore.
Exactly. So a nice little shout out there to St. Barnabas the Apostle, and that's great. And Jim, I'm going to give you a golden opportunity here to just make a little pitch to encourage men and kind of invite them to consider priesthood. It's a great thing, isn't it?
Oh, it's the best calling anyone can ever get. If God is calling you, please answer and say yes.
Good. And we thank you for saying yes, and thank you for your service as well. All right, everyone, let me tell you right now that our winning team today will receive 2 tickets to see the New York Islanders, Long Island's premier hockey team. The winners will also receive a $50 gift certificate to Pesito Mexican Restaurant, and the winners go on to play in our bonus round where they'll have the chance to win even more great prizes. All right, everyone at home, I know you are ready to play our game. We're ready also, but before we start, we have to do 2 things. First, we have to say goodbye to 2 of our players because they're not going to play the first round. So Richard, Carolyn, will you take your place off the stage and just kind of hang out? Jim, Santo, we're going to put you to work. But first we have to do the second thing that I mentioned. We have to take a look at the rules of the game, remind everyone how we play Divine Intervention. Here's how we do it.
You win points by choosing a number on our game board that you think will reveal the correct answer. If you're right, your team wins 100 points. If you're wrong, play passes to your opponent. If you think the answer has not been revealed behind a number, then call on Divine Intervention. If you're right, you win double, 200 points. The winning team goes on to the bonus round for a chance to win even more great prizes.
That's how we do it. That's how the game is played. So let's get right into it. Santo, Jim, focus your attention on the game board. You're going to have 5 seconds to study the answers. The category this time, balancing the books. Balancing the books. Ready? set, go. Boy, that seemed like 2 hours, didn't it? Okay. Who won the coin toss? The green team. So, Santo, you have the first question. In what book of the Bible would you read about the life of the early church, particularly the missionary travels of St. Paul?
3.
Let's see what's behind number 3. The Acts of the Apostles, correct right off the bat. Your first 100 points. Very good. The Acts of the Apostles. Actually, it's kind of a sequel to St. Luke's Gospel. It's written by St. Luke, and it details the growth of the early church. Very good. Next question, Santo. What is the name for the liturgical book the priest uses at the chair and at the altar that contains the prayers for celebrating Mass?
7.
Let's see what's behind number 7. Psalms? No, not correct. Jim, over to you. Jim, which book of the Bible is a compilation of 150 Israelite lyrics, poems, and prayers, many of which are attributed to David?
7.
Let's see what's behind number 7. There you go. Those are the Psalms. Absolutely right. Your first 100 points. Do you want to thank Santo for revealing that for you? All right. And Jim, next question for you. What book contains all of the scriptural lessons appointed for public reading at Mass, according to the liturgical calendar?
Yeah, we go with number 1.
Let's see what's behind number 1. Lectionary, absolutely right. The lectionary contains all of the scripture readings that we're going to be reading at Mass. It actually is printed in 4 volumes because there are readings for every possible Mass that can be celebrated in the Catholic liturgical universe, so to speak. Okay, Jim, next question. Now, you're not feeling any pressure as a seminarian to get these right, are you?
Oh, believe it or not, it's very huge.
Well, you can always claim that you knew the answer, but you just didn't remember where it was.
I can always pretend that.
Yeah. Next question. What is a popular e-book reader sold by Amazon.com?
4.
Let's see what's behind number 4. The Kindle, absolutely right. Another 100 points. Do you have anything like that, by the way, Jim?
I just have a Android phone.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I'll ever get used to that electronic thing. I like to turn pages. All right, next question, Jim. Which gospel is different in character from the other 3, being highly literary and symbolic, beginning with a magnificent prologue that reads, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God"?
Divine intervention.
Is divine intervention the correct square? Yes, it is. Double 200 points. And now, Jim, your team can win a divine intervention pass if you can actually give me the answer to that question, the gospel that is different in character from the other 3 because it's highly literary, symbolic, and it begins with that prologue, "In the beginning was the Word."
What is the Gospel of St. John?
Okay, you didn't have to say what is, though. I'm not Alex Trebek, but that's okay. Is the correct answer the Gospel of John? Yes, it is. Okay. Here is your pass. Hold on to that. And because you did not miss that, you may remain being a seminarian. That's a good thing. And here is your next question. What book is a magnificently illustrated manuscript of the Gospels, dating from the year 800, and now in the library of Trinity College in Dublin?
Number 5.
Let's see what's behind number 5. The Missal. No, back to you, Santo. What is the forerunner of the modern book in which sheets of papyrus or vellum were sewn together so that they opened into pages?
6.
Let's see what's behind number 6. Kells, not correct. Jim, back to you. We go back and ask our missed questions a second time, so we're repeating our questions. Jim, what is the name for the liturgical book the priest uses at the chair and at the altar that contains the prayers for celebrating Mass?
2.
Let's see what's behind number 2. Proverbs. No. Santo, to you. Santo. What book is a magnificently illustrated manuscript of the Gospels dating from the year 800 and now in the library of Trinity College in Dublin?
8.
Let's see what's behind number 8. No, not Codex, Jim. What is the forerunner of the modern book in which sheets of papyrus or vellum were sewn together so that they opened into pages?
8.
Let's see what you say it hesitantly. Let's see what's behind number 8. That's right. That is a codex. It's a word that you hear often in studying ancient manuscripts, a codex this or a codex that's given a name, and it's the forerunner of the modern book. All right, that sound means we are out of time for round 1. We're going to take a look at the answers that remain on the board. Behind number 2, Proverbs, one of the books of the Bible, but in this case it was our extra unused answer. Behind number 5, Missal. Missal is the liturgical book that the priest uses at the chair and the altar, which contains the prayers for celebrating Mass. The new translation of the Mass, the new translation of the Roman Missal, we're calling the book the Missal. We had up until this point called it the Sacramentary. Now it's being called the Missal. And behind number 6, the Book of Kells. That's the manuscript of the Gospels dating from around the year 800. That's in Trinity College in Dublin. All right, contestants, at the end of round 1, the red team has a lead 600 to 100. We're coming back with round 2 right after this commercial break. Please don't go away.
Our Lady of Consolation is a faith-based nursing and rehabilitative center, and that calls us to address not just the physical needs of the resident, but also to address the social, emotional, and spiritual aspects of their lives.
Here we offer occupational, physical therapy, and speech therapy up to 7 days a week.
Our whole rehab gym has ceiling-mounted lifts of different types for different applications. Anyone who has difficulty getting up, maintaining a standing position, or walking can benefit from this.
Their spiritual journey is not at an end because they have left their parish. This is their parish, and their spiritual journey continues. They grow closer to God.
They bring so much soul and goodness and everything into what they do, like from the nursing staff right down. I mean, their heart and soul is in this job.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. We're moving into round 2, so that means we've changed our players. We've gotten some fresh contestants here. Carolyn and Richard, you're up to play round 2. Focus your attention on the game board. We're giving you 5 seconds to study the answers. The category this time, working for a living. Working for a living. Ready, set, go. All right, green team, you're trailing, so you get the first question in this round. What was Pontius Pilate's official title while he ruled Judea when it was under Roman occupation during the time of Jesus?
2.
Let's see what's behind number 2. Electrician. I'm not sure they had electricians in those days, but I could be wrong. Okay, Richard, to you. Richard, what did Saints Peter and Andrew do for a living before they became disciples of Jesus?
7.
Let's see what's behind number 7. No, they weren't reporters either. Carolyn, before his conversion on the road to Damascus, what did St. Paul do for a living?
5.
Let's see what's behind number 5. He was not a carpenter. No, Richard, to you. What did Bob Newhart do while putting up with the antics of his wacky Vermont neighbors in the TV series Newhart?
4.
Let's see what's behind number 4. Procurator? No, he was not a procurator. Carolyn? What did St. Joseph do to support the Holy Family when they lived in Nazareth?
3.
Let's see what's behind number 3. He was not an innkeeper. No, Richard? What was the profession of St. Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the Jesuits, before his religious conversion?
1.
Let's see what's behind number 1. He was a soldier. Absolutely right. 100 points for you. And of course, in founding the Jesuits and that whole Jesuit spirituality, some have referred to it as kind of a militaristic one, not so much in a negative sense, but it's a very disciplined and a very orderly spirituality. Okay, Richard, next question for you. What does Superman do when he isn't saving the world in his blue and red tights?
6.
Let's see what's behind number 6. Oh, no, he's not a herdsman. Carolyn.
2.
What, oh, nope. You get a fresh question. What was the prophet Amos before God called him to go prophesy to my people Israel?
7.
Let's see what's behind number 7. No, he was not a reporter. All right, contestants, we go back and ask the missed questions a second time. Richard, what was Pontius Pilate's official title while he ruled Judea when it was under Roman occupation during the time of Jesus?
2.
Let's see what's behind number 2. No, he still wasn't an electrician. All right, Carolyn. What did Saints Peter and Andrew do for a living before they became disciples of Jesus?
Divine intervention?
Is divine intervention the correct square? It most certainly is. 200 points. And now, Carolyn, your team can win a divine intervention pass. If you can give me the answer to that question. What did Saints Peter and Andrew do for a living before they became disciples of Jesus?
Fisherman?
Were they fishermen? Absolutely right. Here is your divine intervention pass. Each team has one. And of course, you'll recall the biblical saying, follow me and I will make you fishers of men. Okay, next question, Carolyn. You still have control of the board. Before his conversion on the road to Damascus, what did St. Paul do for a living?
8.
Let's see what's behind number 8. St. Paul was a tent maker. Another 100 points for you. You're closing that gap. Here's the next question, Carolyn. What did Bob Newhart do while putting up with the antics of his wacky Vermont neighbors in the TV series Newhart?
4.
Let's see what's behind number 4. Incorrect. All right, Richard, to you. What did St. Joseph do to support the Holy Family when they lived in Nazareth?
5.
Let's see what's behind number 5. Carpenter. St. Joseph was a carpenter. In fact, in statues of St. Joseph, sometimes you see him depicted with those tools of the carpenter's trade. Okay, Richard, next question. What does Superman do when he isn't saving the world in his blue and red tights?
7.
Let's see what's behind number 7. He was a reporter. In fact, he was a mild-mannered reporter named?
Clark Kent.
Oh, good. Okay. Otherwise, you would have had to leave the studio if you didn't know that one. All right, Richard, next question. What was the prophet Amos before God called him to go prophesy to my people Israel?
6.
Let's see what's behind number 6. He most certainly was a herdsman. Very good. And that sound means we are out of time for round 2. The round is over. We will take a look at the answers that remain on the board behind number 2. An electrician, and our extra unused answer behind number 3. Innkeeper, that was Bob Newhart's profession. He was an innkeeper in that series, Newhart. And behind number 4, Pontius Pilate was procurator of Judea. That was his title. All right, contestants, 1,000 for the red team, 400 for the green team. We're moving into round 3, and we play that as teams. Jim, Santo, come on back in and join your partners. Okay, contestants, it is still very much a game because in round 3, points are doubled. Each correct answer is worth 200 points. The Divine Intervention Square is worth 400 points. And I just want to warn you, although you may confer as a team on your answer, I have to accept the first answer that I hear out loud. Category this time, simply marvelous. Ready, set, go. It's marvelous because all the answers begin with M. Green team, you get the first question. What is the name of the vessel used to display a large consecrated host during exposition of the Blessed Sacrament?
4.
Let's see what's behind number 4. A monstrance, absolutely right, 200 points. And in fact, that vessel, the monstrance, may be picked up by the priest or deacon at the end of a period of exposition and traced in the sign of a cross to give the benediction with the Blessed Sacrament. Okay, green team, next question for you. What is the name of the final stage in the process of the rite of Christian initiation of adults, generally coinciding with the Easter season, during which the newly initiated receive their post-baptismal formation in the faith and reflect on the sacramental mysteries they have received?
Divine intervention?
Is divine intervention the correct square? It is not. Red team, over to you. What is a term that is often used to refer to the 3 wise men?
7.
Let's see what's behind number 7. The Magi, absolutely right. The 3 wise men, the astrologers, the Magi. Next question, red team. What famous Renaissance painter, sculptor, architect, poet, and engineer designed the dome of St. Peter's Basilica?
1.
Let's see what's behind number 1. Michelangelo, absolutely right. Talk about a multi-talented man. That's what they mean by Renaissance man. Okay, red team, next question. What Broadway theater is located on West 44th Street in New York City and is currently home to the Phantom of the Opera?
8.
Let's see what's behind number 8. The Majestic Theater, absolutely right. Now, Jim, I don't want to say anything, but the 2 holy answers that we had, Richard seemed to answer those, and yet when it came to a Broadway play, you answered that question. Who knows what's going on? All right, next question, red team. Who is the person being honored on the feasts that occur on January 1st, March 25th, and December 8th?
Divine intervention.
Is divine intervention the correct square? Yes, it is. Double 400 points. And now you can win a second divine intervention pass if you can give me the answer to that question. The person being honored on the feasts that occur on January 1st, March 25th, and December 8th.
The Blessed Virgin Mother.
Is it the Blessed Virgin Mother? Yes, the Blessed Virgin Mother Mary. There is your second pass. January 1st, of course, the Feast of Mary, Mother of God. March 25th, the Solemnity of the Annunciation, and December 8th, the Solemnity of the Immaculate Conception of Mary. Next question, Red Team, you still have control. What state in the U.S. is the only state that consists entirely of 2 peninsulas?
3.
Let's see what's behind number 3. Mr. Goji, not correct. Green Team, what word refers to a type of mental prayer that consists of reflecting on a particular spiritual theme or word or phrase?
5.
Let's see what's behind number 5. Meditation, absolutely right. Another 200 points. We go back and ask our missed questions a second time. Green Team, what is the name for the final stage in the process of the rite of Christian initiation of adults, generally coinciding with the Easter season, during which the newly initiated receive their post-baptismal formation in the faith and reflect on the sacramental mysteries they have received?
Number 3, please.
Let's see what's behind number 3. That is it, the period of mystagogy, an important stage where they unpack the mysteries. Next question, Green Team. That sound means we are at the end of the game, and our winners today, the Red Team, Jim and Richard. Jim and Richard, for winning today, you've won the 2 tickets to see the New York Islanders, Long Island's premier hockey team, that $50 gift certificate to Pasito Mexican Restaurant, and you're moving on to the bonus round. We can take a look at the answers that remain on the board behind number 2. That's the U.S. state that consists entirely of 2 peninsulas, and number 6 was our extra unused answer, Mr. Mixies Pitlick, a Superman villain from the comic books. All right, Santo and Carolyn, they just kind of had a streak there of several answers, and we ran out of time. You were rallying, but we ran out of game to play. Did you have a good time?
Great time.
We really enjoyed having you. You were great contestants, and we appreciate you coming down. And you don't go away empty-handed. We have some nice parting gifts for you. We have a telecare tote bag filled with some great prizes, including a complimentary appetizer card from TGI Fridays, a $10 value card from Dave & Buster's, some fun snacks from Green Apple Foods, a complimentary beverage from Ghirardelli Chocolate, and a few other good things in there as well. Thank you so much. All right, Richard, Jim, you're going on to play the bonus round, so stick around. Don't go anywhere. We don't want you to go anywhere either. We have an important commercial break, and then we'll be right back right after this.
Now more than ever, you need a financial institution that you can trust. We're the Catholic Credit Union, a not-for-profit financial institution owned by its members, Catholics just like you. And we'll reward your trust in us with lower interest rates for your loans and higher dividends for your savings. We also give back to the community by supporting Catholic ministries and other great causes throughout Long Island. So become a member now. Join Oceanside Christopher, the Catholic Credit Union.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm here with today's winners, the brothers, Richard and Jim. You played a great game. You made it to the bonus round. You have the chance to win some more nice prizes. Let me explain to you how the bonus round works. We've numbered our board 1 through 9, and all 9 squares are in play. Behind those 9 numbers, we've hidden 4 lightning bolts and 4 stop cards. Your job in the bonus round is to allow lightning to strike. Find the lightning bolts. Every time you do that, you win a prize. And if you can uncover 3 lightning bolts without hitting any stop cards, you work your way to our grand prize of the day. Now, every time you find a lightning bolt, you have a decision to make. You can quit and walk away with the prizes that you've won in the bonus round, or you can play on. If you play on, though, you put those prizes at risk, because if you find a stop card, you lose the prizes that you've won in the bonus round. And normally, the round would be over, but you managed to accumulate 2, not 1, but 2, divine intervention passes. They will help you, because if you hit a stop card, we still have to take away your prizes, but you can turn in one of these passes, and we can start over again, and you can start building up your prizes. And since the name of the game is Divine Intervention, we have behind one of those numbers, Divine Intervention. And if you find that, you automatically win all 3 levels of prizes. All right, let me tell you what you're playing for today. On level 1, with your first lightning bolt, for all the religious items you may need, we have 2 $25 gift certificates from Faith Matters Incorporated. If you choose to play on and find a second lightning bolt, we will add to that first prize something with which you can hear your music, not the noise. We will give you 2 pairs of Sony noise-canceling headphones. And if you choose to play on and find a third lightning bolt, we will add to those first 2 prizes 2 iPod docking stations that not only play and charge your iPod, but they're also a radio and CD player as well. A total prize package valued at over $300. Not bad, all right? So, certainly more than you're ever going to make as a priest, Jim. I'll tell you that. Trust me on that. So, first thing you want to do is find a number that has either a lightning bolt or the divine intervention. What number do you want?
7.
Jim, you turned it right over to Richard there and said just choose something, right? All right. Richard's chosen the ever-popular number 7. Let's see what's behind number 7. A lightning bolt. Okay, you've won your first level of prizes. Do you want to quit or do you want to play on?
Keep going.
Absolutely. You have 2 passes. Basically, you have nothing to lose. What number do you want next?
2.
All right, Richard, very decisive there. I like that.
Yes.
All right, let's see what's behind number 2. Divine intervention. All 3 levels of prizes right away immediately. Congratulations, guys. A great win. You did not even need the passes. How about that? Let's take a look at where everything was behind the board. Okay, they were the other 3 lightning bolts. They were the 4 stop cards, but pshaw, they didn't even concern you. Who needs them? You got the divine intervention right away. Congratulations, Richard. Congratulations, Jim. Many blessings in your continued formation. We'll continue to pray for you and for, of course, all of the seminarians who are forming themselves to serve the people of God as priests. And everyone at home, thank you for watching. Listen, we will see you next time, okay? Until then, this is Monsignor Joe DeGracco saying, let's always remember that love is a gift. And I hope that someday soon you will have a divine intervention. Goodbye, everybody.